Hello, this is the video 1 topic of saturation by Dalton Markle and Christina Wynn. Aspects of digital imaging. There are many aspects to digital imaging that involve the manipulation of an image to suit a user's needs or wishes for what they would like the picture to look like. This could range from topics such as sharpening and unsharpening that involve the use of kernels in a program Octave, or topics that manipulate the photograph such as translation or rotation. And the topic we will be talking about in this presentation is the saturation of an image. What is saturation? Saturation is how vivid or intense a color is. Colors that have a higher saturation often appear brighter and more vivid, while colors with less saturation are more dull and bland. And colors without any saturation very often are completely gray, black, and white. Saturation is able to be manipulated using RGB, red, green, and blue values. How does saturation work? Saturation works in a similar way to the value of a picture, in that when the saturation of a picture is changed, the RGB values of the image will move to fit the user's needs. For example, lowering the saturation of the image requires the decreasing of red, green, and blue within the image, lowering the value of the picture as well as making it more gray. Increasing the saturation will involve increasing the RGB values higher, so that if a pixel is a sort of dull and light orange, then turning up the saturation will make it a much deeper orange. What are the different types of saturation color? The different types of saturation color are high saturation, which is for bright colors, low saturation for muted colors, and totally saturated for pure hue, and lastly, less saturated for mixed with gray colors. How does saturation affect pictures? Saturation affects pictures by not only changing the strength of the colors, but also affecting the visibility of some aspects of the image. In the two images to the right, in the bottom image, there is a normal amount of saturation, as you can see the boat, the river, and the sun. But in the top image, there's no saturation. As you can see, in the top image, the sun is practically non-existent, while it is very clearly seen as a bright orange in the bottom picture. This shows that saturation can help with the visibility of certain features within a picture and isn't just there to make the picture look better. Is saturation important? Saturation is important in many pictures as it helps with making them look visually appealing. Too much saturation can make a picture too unrealistic, while a picture that has the right amount of saturation for that particular image will look just right. Saturation is also important for visibility. If an object is a small similar shade to its background, then without any saturation, it becomes almost invisible. But with saturation, the distinction between the two are made more clear.